Hey guys, welcome back. In this video, I'll be doing a review of the Vivobarefoot Primus Lite. The Vivobarefoot Primus Lite is the lightest shoe I've ever purchased. Minimalist design with lightweight fabric, mostly a interwoven mesh, small amount of stitching, and significant areas of wear. This is usually based on dorsiflexion, and usually if it just has adhesive, it usually tends to break at this portion. But here with the Primus Lite, they've gone a step further and actually stitched reinforcement around this particular area. Now what we find with this shoe is the equivalent of space age design. They've used the lightest components I've ever seen put together on a shoe. This shoe weighs less by far, and even without measuring it, you immediately feel the lightness of the shoe upon wearing it. There is minimalist sole, of course, because this is a minimalist shoe company. But what you'll see more than anything is the lightweight design. There are certain pieces, the mesh, most end up being translucent because the material is either light or designed in a mesh fabric material in which you can see transparently through the upper my fingers. Now, everything about this shoe is high quality. From the tongue and the fitting of the tongue to the laces to the overall design. I mean, this is a very good looking pair of sneakers. Now, when you talk about other aspects of the design, you have the toe box, which has to be the best designed toe box I've seen on a shoe as of yet. This mimics basically the footprint of your foot. Plastic reinforcement at the front, but of a translucent nature. These sneakers are probably the best looking sneakers I have amongst all of the minimalist shoes that I've purchased. And that's for good reason. They put a lot of effort into the shoe, and it shows. And I think that's why Vivobarefoot has decided to expand upon the Primus line by offering a variety of different types. I think they have a Primus Trek, a Primus Luxe, and that's because this really is award-winning design. As for the sole, I've had this shoe for over a year. There is a hexagonal pattern on the bottom, which I think is a superior design and a trademark, I believe, of Vivobarefoot. The hexagonal design actually helps you to go in all directions. It sounds weird coming out of my mouth, but just try wearing it and try moving in agility movements. Exercise-wise, it provides enough stability, enough cushioning, enough freedom that any movement that you can do barefooted, you can do it in these shoes. And they don't seem to have much wear on it. Granted, I'm not doing daily jogs with these shoes, but even with just somewhat sporadic wear, I see no difference from the day that I bought them. The adhesive has stayed bonded to the components of the shoe throughout the time. There has been no dry rot on this shoe. There are no complaints from me about these shoes. These shoes are only rarely worn by me because they stopped making this black and white color scheme, and I would be remiss if I wore these sneakers out and didn't have one to replace them with. As for cushioning, this is a minimalist shoe, so there is minimal cushioning on the bottom, but what you will find is that there is ample ankle cushioning. And this shoe is excellent for long runs. This is as close as you can get to being barefoot in terms of the fact that your feet do not feel encumbered by carrying along a cast while running. This feels like they're not even there. They try to be as unobtrusive as possible of having a narrower heel, or narrower heel, if I can say that correctly, going into a wide toe box. And also, again, Vivobarefoot is known to have a slight sizing discrepancy where I purchased these in a 45, and yet they feel a half size foot larger. And I find that consistent with all Vivobarefoot, so keep that in mind if you are buying these shoes, that preferably you buy them in a half size smaller, especially if you plan to run without socks. With socks, these are manageable, but again, Vivobarefoot is known for sizing their shoes at least half a foot larger. Well worth the price, and as you know that I'm a minimalist fan in all aspects, and I don't believe in spending a lot of money for less material, but this really delivers high quality. This really has put technology at the forefront, and I think they've done a great job. My advice is, if they're within your budget, I would definitely make a purchase. I would definitely try and find this color scheme if you can, because they look great. Otherwise, you cannot go wrong with this purchase. Only complaint I could give you is that your sizing has to be right. And just keep in mind, half a size down on Vivobarefoots, and you'll be good to go. Thanks for watching. If you like the review, thumbs up. Consider subscribing. I have other shoes to review. I'm sure you'll like those too. Goodbye.